Something I just heard is discernment is being able to tell the difference between Judas and Peter. Judas had a bad heart. Peter had a bad day. So Judas, you release, and Peter, you restore. And I think that is so profound to get the Judases, the people with the intentions that are not good, to remove those, and having discernment to see who those people are. And remember, somebody is always going to have something to say about what you do. They're going to have an opinion about what you do, what they think you should do, where they think you should go, what they think you should buy, where they think you should live. And unless you want what that person has, I would suggest not listening to them. And also take a look at what comes out of their mouth. If that person is a chronic complainer, if they're always talking about their problems but never being willing to do what it takes to fix them, or if they just constantly joking to kind of evade the dealing with the situation, or if they're just gossiping about other people, take note of that, and take note of all of those flags that may not be a person that you want to trust or be around. And sometimes it's hard to distinguish the two because you want to give people the benefit of the doubt. But I will tell you, what's in people's hearts, they will speak. So be very aware of what comes out of people's mouths, and learn to discern who's in your circle, who you want in your circle, who you want close to you, and be willing to release some of that. This is your race to run. It's your calling that God has on your life. You can't bring everybody with, even if you want to. Even if you're giving people the benefit of the doubt, you can't bring them with. You have to make a decision on who is going where you're going, who's going to be part of that next chapter that God might have for you, and release the people who are just, maybe they were there for a season and you're grateful for that, and it's time to move on. Part of getting rid of the past and not letting the past or the trauma or the problems of the past have control over you is learning to let go. This is why letting go of things is so profound, because it's an act that you're teaching yourself how to let go of things, even if they have meaning or they've had meaning in the past and there's memories attached to those things. When you let go of that, you're saying that what you're giving up, what you're getting is more profound than what you're giving up, and you're willing to move forward, because there is no future in the past. So you can't go back. You only have now, and the past and the future are both in your imagination. So pick one of, are you going to go back or are you moving forward? And then use the present, the things that you do daily, to pull that future person into the present. What does that person do? How do they talk? How do they sound? Who's in their circle? What are their goals? What are their dreams? What are they doing daily? And be that person now. Do those things now. Step out and do those things now. If you see yourself as being a healthy individual, mind, body, and soul, then do the things that are going to bring that type of person to the present. And when you start doing this and when you start living this way, you're probably going to get people that are going to have a lot to say about what you're doing, because very few people want you to succeed. Remember that there are very few people that want to see you do good. Most people want to see you fail so they can have something to talk about, or that they can say, yeah, see, I was right, they should have listened to me, or something like that. So don't be surprised if all of a sudden people start manifesting wicked behavior or saying things that are contradicting to what maybe you thought they would say, or whatever, or just contradicting to the life that you're trying to live or what you're trying to do. It's not everybody else's business on what you choose to do or what you choose not to do. But be willing to get honest with yourself. If there are areas in your life that you need to improve on, that you need to fix, that you might need to do better on, maybe you need to button some things up, maybe you need to grow in some areas or get rid of some habits, that's between you and God. Be willing to be honest with those areas, to say, you know what, I've lived this way for a long time and I need to do better. Or there's people in my life that I need to forgive that have hurt me. Or there's things that I've done that I need to forgive myself so I can be released from that bitterness or that toxicity. And remember, you never have to take back something you didn't say. So don't speak out of anger if there is bitterness or anything from somebody towards you or you towards somebody, remember that the bitterness that they have towards you or whatever, that's between them. That has nothing to do with you. But if you have bitterness in your heart and you have unforgiveness in your heart, you better clear that up and forgive that person for whatever they did and ask God to forgive you for whatever you did. And just make every day is an opportunity for a fresh start. You don't have to carry around any baggage of the past, but you do have to be honest with yourself, honest with God, and make the moves that you can to be your best self, be your highest self, be the person that God had called you to be. And again, you're going to make people mad. You're going to ruffle feathers. People are not going to like it. People are going to point the finger. They're going to have something to say. I have had more attacks on my life since I started a journey from being the tail, when I was the tail and I was owing everybody and I was in a position where I struggled or my family had help. My husband went through cancer and I was the bottom. I was left alone and trying to raise kids and trying to do everything. I was struggling. I was hurt. I was trying to figure out all of this stuff. Since I decided to clean up my health, my husband decided to clean up his health, take life more, simplify, streamline, get rid of things, elevate our life, push ourselves, create goals, work out, get healthy. I have had more attacks on my life than any other time in my life. I've had more people talk haters. I've had more haters, I guess, is the best way to say it. People that always have something to say or always going to tell you something that they think that you should do or whatever, and people that are going to, spit wickedness or hate at you. It just goes with the territory. Anytime you're climbing new levels or you're going to another level, you're going to gather the attention of some. And that just, like I said, goes with the territory. So you have to be willing to still stay focused, put your blinders on, focus on what God has called you to do, keep your eyes on Jesus, and keep what's important in your life and trim the fat and let go of the rest. And that's it. And just keep moving one day at a time. Move in faith, do what you can, let God do the rest, and just keep moving.